Moving forward, isometric sketches are connected directly to multi-view sketches. The multi-view sketches are one sketch for each side of the isometric sketch. So on this side we have the right view. This is the right side of the object. What you draw is directly related to what you see when you look at the right side of the object. You also will draw the top view, which is what you see when you look directly at the top of the object. So it helps me to stay organized by using different colors to mark the different views before I do the multi-view. And the last side you have is the front side. Now the front side is what shows up on the opposite side of the right side. So again, you have the top, you have the right, and you have the front. When doing a multi-view, you're actually going to use grid paper. Right, and I'm going to zoom out just a little bit to give us a better idea of what we're drawing. And you always you can start with the front view, and with the other thing you can do besides just having the isometric drawing colored and marked is you can actually have the object with you. When you have the object, it's easier to turn it and manipulate it. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn it and I'm going to look directly at the front side. So taking my isometric and then turning it so that all I see is the front view. And you want to draw the front view just a little bit down on your page because the top view is going to go above it, the front view. And in this situation I have two different parts. I have this square here and I have this rectangle here. And that is reflected in my isometric that I have the red square here and the red rectangle here. So I'm going to draw one square. I'm keeping a scale of 2 for 1 cube, and then I have the rectangle. And like I said, my scale is that 2 squares on my paper equals 1 cube. Alright, so this is my front view. After you've drawn the front view, you can do either the top or the right view, but understand that the top view is going to go above the front view and that the right view is going to go next to the front view. Alright, again, the top view is here and the right view is here. Looking back at our object and at our isometric sketch, you can see the top view has two different parts. You have this part here and you have this part here. One of the things you want to make sure you do is you want to make sure you turn the object or the top view to the left or counterclockwise. So you're going to turn it opposite of a clock and you're going to turn it just till it lines up, and you're going to draw what you see there. The other thing you can think about is that this here needs to match with this part of the sketch. So when I draw, I'm going to draw a square for that part, and then the L, backwards L shaped part of the green sketch. We have this here and we have this here, so T and T. Again, this part here should line up with this part here because this represents the same part of the design that this represents. And the same thing applies when we go to do the right view, that you're going to take the object and you're going to turn it and look just at the right view. This part here reflects what we see here with the purple. We have a square and we have a rectangle, we have a square and we have a rectangle. And it should line up directly over here that we have a rectangle and a square. Alright, it should be a little bit neater than this. I'm just kind of doing a rough sketch for you, but these are the right side. And it should line up because right here is this line and this line. They line up. They are the same part of the isometric sketch, so they should be in the same position in your multi-view sketch. Everything in your multi-view sketch should line up from corner to corner. And that's when you know you've drawn a correct multi-view sketch. When everything lines up and it matches your isometric.